Okay guys, so I wanted to go ahead and do an update on this trailer, on this boat and trailer. I've got the trailer off the boat, obviously. I'll talk for a minute about how I did that. It's really simple to do. All I did was I put a hydraulic jack under the transom of the boat, and I jacked it up about 2.5 or 3 inches off the rollers, and then I just put blocks with some wood blocks under the transom here on both sides, exactly the same. And then I took my A-frame, as you can see. Now, I didn't do it, my buddy did it for me. He moved it over here for me. But I set the A-frame up here and attached the hook to the front cleat on the boat right here, and just lifted it up about an inch or an inch and a half off the rollers on the keel. And then I just pulled my trailer out from underneath there. That's how simple it was. It's just really easy to do. And then I put these blocks underneath the keel right here to stabilize it and let the weight back down on those three bricks. But I had to replace the rollers and the brackets on this trailer right here. This is a galvanized trailer, and it's a tilt trailer too. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a tilt trailer. It just adds to the value of this boat. Not that I'll ever use it around here. We've got really good boat ramps, so we don't have any use for a tilt trailer. But nevertheless, I've got to buy new fenders. Fenders are about $20 a piece, 14-inch tires, so 14-inch fenders, and I can get them both for about 40 bucks. But the brackets for these rollers, they want about $28 each for the brackets. This would come as a set. You got one on each side, so the roller bracket assembly is about 30 bucks each, and there's 4 of them. So what happened here was I thought I was going to be able to save these rollers, but whoever put these rollers on here didn't do it like they were supposed to. What they did was they just took the bar stock, ran the bar stock through the roller and through the bracket, and then they didn't secure the bar stock to the bracket. And then the metal, this soft or mild steel metal, corroded itself to the roller, and I was not able to get it out of there. I mean, I tried. I got one right here that I cut off and tried to drive it out of there, and it just laughed at me, man. It's like, yeah, right. You might be able to have somebody press that out over there for you, but so nevertheless, I had to buy new rollers, and then instead of spending all the money on the brackets, I just went down and bought a piece of angle iron. Back this out. I went and bought a piece of angle iron. This viewfinder's messing with me, and as you can see, I just made my own bracket and saved a bunch of money. Saved about 80 bucks doing that. And I just cut a piece of all stock, 15 inches across there. This roller is an inch shorter than the rollers that come off of here. These rollers were $19 a piece. No, they were $17 a piece, something like that. They were under $20 a piece. I had about 4 of them. And then I just cut some PVC, some dark PVC as spacers on the ends there, and run my bar stock through there. Now what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I'm going to do to secure. I could weld this, right? I just take my little MIG and I could weld a tack in here and secure this bar stock to this bracket. But if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to pull the bar stock out and clean it and lube it and, you know, all the crap that I need to do to it. Obviously on one side I'm going to drill a hole. I'm going to drill a hole through the bar stock and run a Carter key through there so you can't pull the bar stock out, right? But I'll explain how I'm going to secure that in a minute. But what happened was, because they did that, this roller was actually, the bar stock was turning inside the bracket, and of course it wore the hole out. It's kind of hard to see. It wore the hole out here. You can see how much slack is there, and you can see it better on this side, I guess. Yeah, you can see how the bar stock is worn. You see how much thicker it is on the end there than it is in the center, and that's because when this boat went up on the trailer, it was turning like this, sure enough, but it was wearing the bar stock into the brackets and ruined the brackets. So I just made some, and what I'm gonna do is I bought some washers, and I've got some screws over here. Matter of fact, I got my drawer open right here. I got some of these screws right here, and I've got these big washers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this washer onto the end of this piece of bar stock right here, right? You can see there's a little bit of play there, and that's okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this, secure this washer to this bar stock, and then I'm going to take these, drill some holes in these, in this, come on, what the hell? Okay, I'm going to drill some holes in this washer, and I'm going to put these screws, one on each side, through the washer and through the bracket, so that the bar stock can't turn, and then that will allow the roller to do what it's supposed to do, turn on that piece of bar stock, because I don't want to have to do this again in 5 years from now. I want this, I wish I had like a grease cert. A grease cert like right in the middle right here would be ideal. Of course you can't do that, but a grease cert somewhere in here would be ideal, so you could grease this roller. But hey, it is what it is. But that's how I'm going to secure that piece of, as you can see, there's hardly any slack at all in that bracket and piece of bar stock right now. So that's what I'll do. I'll secure a washer on one side. That way all I'll have to do is unscrew it, and then I can just pull that bar stock out of the roller and clean it, lubricate it, do whatever I need to do to it. But so that's what I did. I just went and bought a piece of 3/16 by 1 inch angle, and I set it in here and drew it out the same shape, same size as these brackets right here, and that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to use these brackets right here, these whole piece brackets, or big brackets, whatever the hell you want to call them, I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and clean them up, sandblast them, and I'm going to use them because they're not rusted out. And then I'm going to take those same washers, I'll show you, I got the other one in here. What I'll do is I bought several of these washers. I'll just take this, because you stick this bar stock in here, and you can see how much slack, come on, how much slack is in that bracket, right? So I'll just put this on here, and then tack this washer on here, clean it up real good, tack this washer on here, and call it good enough. And then put my rollers and spacers and all that crap on there, and put the boat back on it, and go fishing, man. Very happy with the way this boat turned out. It turned out really well, man. So I contribute how well this boat turned out to the materials that I used to rebuild this boat. The paint was exceptional. It laid on real well. Didn't have any running problems. I've used a gallon of enamel, white enamel, and that's before you mix it. So what is that, probably 1.5 gallons of paint already, and I still have to do the keel. The under part of the boat, is in really good shape. There's a couple of small places that need to be repaired, but nothing major, nothing structural, and really happy with it. I bought another gallon of the Total Protect epoxy primer, and I'm gonna put 5 coats of epoxy primer under the on the underside of this boat, just like I did on the sides of this boat. Matter of fact, I've got it right over here somewhere. I just got it the other day. Yeah, there it is right there. There's another gallon of that stuff. Is that it? No, that's what's left over. I'm going to put that on the trailer. I'm going to use that for the trailer. And then I've got the new one right here that just came in. So you can see right here is the 2-part epoxy, Total Protect. And I'm going to use that for the bottom of the boat. And I'm probably not going to use the whole gallon, guys. I can't imagine putting a whole gallon of paint, epoxy, on the bottom of this boat. But you know what? 5 coats is 5 coats. So I'm putting 5 coats because I'm going to sand it before the final coat. And then I've got another gallon of white professional enamel that you can see it right there. The professional, looks like it's been opened, and it has, but it's full. Believe me, it's full of paint. the Rust-Oleum Professional. And like I said, man, I've been really happy with it. I mixed it well. I used a good hardener, and I'm good to go, man. The paint's good to go on this boat. So this thing will be good to go. It's doing the same procedure under the boat that I did on the sides of the boat and the transom, which is the fiberglass. Do brush the fiberglass on, sand it down, put the 5 coats of epoxy primer, sand it down, and then put the however much paint it's going to take. I expect it's going to take at least 3 quarts of paint on the bottom. So this boat will be like new. I mean, it really will be in new condition. It's not, I guess you could actually say it's been remanufactured. But there's no rot in this boat anymore. The floor is in, excellent condition. Everything. So she's good to go. Really happy. I didn't buy a tarp. I did buy a tarp. I was going to buy a cover, but they wanted like $120 for a cover for this stupid boat. So I went and spent $25, and I bought 2 10-foot by 10-foot tarps, and I sewed them together right here. Tried to glue them, but the glue wasn't having it. It just it wasn't sticking. So I just sewed them together right here, and as you can see, when I finished sewing it, I realized that I had it backwards. I had it upside down. I had my tarp on one side and different on the other side. So it is what it is. I don't care. It's just a tarp. And it just keeps the sun and keeps the leaves out of my boat. I'm not worried about the rain getting in my boat at all. It's just I want they can fill up with leaves from this tree in no time. But again, this thing is it's coming along. A friend of mine from Colorado is coming down in March or April, and I'm hoping to have this thing finished by then. I've got this trailer halfway sanded down. I just got to take the lights off of it and finish sanding it down. I'm gonna paint it flat black, and I'm gonna have the rollers on there when I do it. I'm not gonna have the rollers on, but I'll have the brackets attached and everything, and then I'm gonna paint it really good with a really good rust prohibiting paint, and I'm gonna have to clean my damn springs. Those things are terrible, man. They need to be sandblasted. So I'm gonna have that done, and then paint them real good and put this trailer back together and get this trailer done, and I'm gonna put it back underneath that boat and set it down, and I'm gonna go fishing. That's what I'm gonna do. So that's all I got for now, guys. This has really been for me a huge blessing to be able to come out here and do this and keep me busy, keep me off my pity potty from not being able to work anymore. That's a lot more stressful than what people might think it is. People may think, hey, it's great to be disabled. Everybody I wish I could be disabled. No, you don't. Trust me, you fucking don't. So that's where I'm at right now. It's just I work on this thing while I can, and I'm happy to do it. It's really a huge blessing for me to come out here and keep busy, stay away from the damn TV and the bonbons. All right, guys, that's all I got. Everybody take it easy. Scott, looking forward to you guys coming down here this summer, and you and your fiance, and we're gonna go catch some fish, man. Until then, talk to you later. Missy, what you doing, baby? Huh? Ain't that just the prettiest little girl you ever seen? Floppy fuzzy ears. You're funny looking. All right, peace. I'm out of here.